Hello everyone, welcome back for another thrift store finds video, and I had a great start to the week. Went to a couple of places. I'm probably not going to be going out the rest of this week, so I wanted to hit up a lot of my favorite spots because they are repaving our street and we have to park, like several blocks away for a few days, and it's kind of just a big mess. And so I wanted to go out and grab what I could, kind of stuff to list for the week on the stores. And my first stop was one of my favorite places, the bargain bins that are close by, and fantastic. I could not have asked for a better morning because it was one of the nicer cashiers. The good manager was there, decent stuff was there, and they always give us, the regulars a good deal for the books by weight because of the new weight structure. Otherwise, it'd be crazy. So I don't know if this will show up nicely here, but $6.01 is what this everything from the bargain room is going to be. Crazy, because already the first stack, a whole bunch of Redwall books, all in pretty much pristine condition. There's only one or two that have even a little bit of wear on the spine. Otherwise, most of them are basically perfect. And I don't run into Redwall very frequently, and if I do, it's just one or two usually. Even just a more recent pickups video, I think I found two of them the other day. And instead, I have a huge stack of these. So I got to go through these, and I'm going to go through any of the ones that we have not sold at the store too, to see if they will go for one giant lot instead of individually. And then a bunch more books, and then a bunch of other stuff, some really cool non-book finds. Two vintage copies of some classic books, Runaway Ralph and Freaky Friday. Ones that I have to be a little more careful. I'll probably leave these stickers for Amanda because she's better at getting the stickers off of some of these old books than I am, because they tend to tear. And then we have The World of Darkness Mage. I don't even know what that is, but that looks really cool, and it's from White Wolf Fiction, so I knew that was definitely an easy grab. We have The Alien by Victor B. Shaw, and this definitely looks like this kind of artwork. Anytime I see something that looks like that and a little bit of yellowing on the paperback, I know that is a cool fantasy or science fiction book to pick up, whether it is for the store or for ourselves to read. A Dragonlance book, the Dragons at War. So some good vintage Dragonlance, and then a few Pango books, including a hardcover of a large print book, and occasionally we'll grab large print because those usually are a little bit harder to find for people who would need those for their reading purposes. A couple of CDs that were worth picking up. Casey Henry and this Goo Goo Dolls one was good because it's a DVD CD combo, and those are usually pretty good to grab because by weight they're nothing and they're easy to ship. And then one strategy guide, nothing too crazy because it's for the 360 and PS3 Star Ocean game. It's not one of the best ones in the series, but Star Ocean The Last Hope, the strategy guide. Just seeing a strategy guide is cool because you don't come across them anymore, and I miss these Brady game strategy guides. You can go online and look up stuff very easily in YouTube videos, but it's just nice to have a physical book there to use and not have to scroll through stuff and all the artwork. So that is cool. And then a few oddball finds before all the DVDs. I found a bunch of those too. I found a DBZ plush, and he looks like, I can't tell if this is just a very childish looking Goku or if it's Goten. I'll have to decide because it could go either way depending on the plush. But a DBZ plush was good to grab. And then a vintage Walt Disney coin bank. Some oddball DVDs. There were a whole bunch of workout stuff there, and because of what I paid, it was like, alright, I'll grab a stack of the ones that are in good shape, and these will actually make a really good lot for someone. It's all just kind of low impact exercise stuff. We have power yoga for flexibility, yoga over 50, weight loss and walking exercises, and then a bunch with this same lady, this Leslie Sanson, who's incredibly excited to walk at home. And then a different version of the walk at home. This is total body slimming system. And then she has you can do a simplified approach to Pilates. And then this is a good one that I've sold before, Carmen Electra's Aerobic Striptease in the Bedroom. And this one, if you can get it cheap, is a guaranteed sell because it has two potential audiences. So that was a good one to grab. This set from New Line Platinum series of Boogie Nights. And this one has a nice slipcover, and then a big fold out, which is cool, for a 2-disc version of that movie. So that was a good bargain bin find. Along with Heart of the Country, a sealed Taylor Swift Just For You, looks like a concert. From the Cary Grant collection, we have Indiscreet, Detroit Rock City. This is the old snapper case, and those are in good shape. I like grabbing those because those have a collector's market. Hope Floats on Blu-ray with Sandra Bullock. And then the regular room, I actually found one thing that was worth grabbing. A hardcover is a book of poetry, a Victorian Posy, a treasury of verse and prose and poems. So that was one that was definitely worth grabbing. $2.99. So that was all at that one location. So all about $9-10 total for everything. Fantastic start to the morning. So I was in good mood and went off to a couple other places just on the way home, working my way back. Stopped off in the next place, found a few $1 paperbacks that are worth grabbing. We had The Angel of Darkness by Caleb Carr, and The Diviners by Libba Bray. So those were good generic paperbacks that will probably sell pretty easily. And a Neverwinter Nights novel, Brimstone Angels. And one DVD set that was worth picking up to complete seasons 3 and 4 of Danger Mouse. And then one last stop was at a tiny Goodwill, where just the other weekend I found that entire first season of Hercules in VHS, and want to stop by and check what else was there. You never know. Found 2 DVDs that are worth grabbing from the Cinema Classics collection. We have Island in the Sun. So any kind of collector's stuff of older classic movies is definitely a good thing to grab for the store, especially when it's like this, where it has the nice slipcase, and like another one I found recently from this box release line. It also has a bunch of lobby cards, and that is really cool. I like how they did that. It's just a cool little extra for if you're a fan of a film. We have a couple different images. And one more here. And then from this timeline, a historical series, which is a documentary series. I've seen them a couple times before, where it has a year from the past, and I don't remember. The only ones I've ever seen are 40s through 60s, so I don't know how extensive it is, where it started, where it stopped. Those are the only ones I've ever seen. But this 1962 set, it includes a vintage, like a bunch of vintage newsreels, and kind of look at a lot of the historical events, and has a bunch of news segments, and then some famous music from the time period. So like in the news, it has things like Marilyn Monroe found dead, and some coroner declarations from Marilyn Monroe, the Cuban Missile Crisis. It has a speech at the UN regarding Cuba, Richard Nixon's concession speech. Then we have Nobel Prize winning speeches, and we have some music from the time period: Twist and Shout, Town Without Pity, You Belong to Me, Let's Dance. So just a little bit of a look into a specific year in history. So that was kind of interesting find, and that was a great way to start the week. And as you can see, I'm wearing one of my many Star Trek shirts, because if you haven't checked out my secondary channel yet, it's all about Star Trek, and it's a big celebration this week because I am delving into a massive series that I put a crazy amount of work into, looking at my top 100 episodes in the entire Star Trek franchise. The entire thing, all like 900 roughly episodes in the whole thing. So my top 100, a big series. It's a 6-part series. It's like going to be over 3 hours in total, coming out this week in parts. So if you're interested, check that out. And if not, I'll see you around in the next pickups video.